if
Yeah.
if you, or when you were to create that sort of sensory, all-encompassing experience, what would you say, like, on average, what's like the vibe of most of your poems? Because like my immediate thought to that would be like, what would my like sensory pod to my poems be? I feel like it would
Yeah.
just be like standing on the edge of a cliff, not in a depressing way, but I mean in the
But
like
in a,
poetic, like jumping into the abyss sort of way.
yeah.
Um,
You
like,
know, it's
and like
so,
cold, like that when the air is kind of like cold and brisk and nice,
ooh,
and like there's a
yeah.
bunch of trees like waving around like this.
Yeah, and you can kind of hear the rustle of like
Yeah.
dry
Yeah.
leaves. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
like the air smells like just after it rained
Yes.
and it's
Yes, like
dusk.
wet earth. Yes. Ooh,
That would be my
and like we all,
vibe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is actually so funny that like what I was using to describe that was like something really warm and comforting and nice, and it's like I don't think that's the vibe of my poetry at all, actually. I think that
Yeah.
the vibe of my poetry tends to be really, and I'm using this word intentionally, gross. I think there's something kind of like icky about some of the
Hmm.
words that I want to
Like
use.
disconcerting maybe?
Yeah, like I really like using imagery around like throwing up and the feeling of
Oh.
nausea
Well,
because it's something that I think I relate to so much, like as a feeling that I get that is such a like a physical sensation that also evokes like there's such a psychology behind it for me. But there's also one poem where I have a line in it. I wonder if I have it pulled
yes,
up.
I would love to hear it.
See, okay, so this isn't the one I was talking about, but because I have a thought about another one that I want to share too. But like, I'll read just a few stanzas from this poem that's called "Living Wake." That
Oh, I like this one.
you'll feel it when your teeth, slick with pulp, reach the pit in your stomach. Pull the trigger, splat, mud pie, still life wallpaper stripped as you search for a teeming vessel. Fruit bowl ravaged. The hardest part is choking on a bit of everything and watching them all drown in fleshy bits, in turd spaces, and dirt-filled lungs. And so like that's just like the first little bit of that poem, but it's like I very much wanted it to feel like when you lift up a rock and you see bugs teeming
I
under it.
love that.
Or
Like in The Lion
how
King.
yeah, right. And it's
But like gross and not cute and cartoonish.
yeah, yeah, and it's like that does feel gross, and even like pull the trigger, slick with pulp, right? Like there's something very like gross about it, and in that poem there is I'm very much describing the feeling of like waking up with anxiety and needing to
Oh.
like throw up in the middle of the night.
Oh, yikes.
And it's like that's just such a specific feeling that is so
Yeah, the slick with
like
pulp part
visceral.
especially is very like like that like bitter acidy sort of like, you know, that like when you grow
Yeah.
up, like that's kind of what that reminds me of.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
There's
yeah.
another poem that I have that I actually don't think is in my thesis now that I describe my relationship with my brother, and there's one line that's about like I'm forgetting the exact line, but it talks about a prized suckling pig. And
Oh,
very much the imagery of that makes me think of the scene in Spirited Away
yeah.
where you see all the like these creatures that are eating at the buffet, and it's
Like
just so
scrounging. Yeah,
gross.
just like shoving food in their
Yes.
mouth.
And it's
Yeah.
like something really unsettlingly gross about it that it's like I think I tend to really want to create that feeling, that it's
Interesting.
like not to try, it's like I don't want to make readers feel uncomfortable in the sense that it's like yeah, feel uncomfy reading my work, but it's like that is how so much of like my growth edge moments in life feel to me, that it's like it's almost like an invitation to feel it with me. Like I want it to
Yeah.
feel like I know it's really uncomfortable, but I'd like to know if this is uncomfortable for you too. Like, can
No,
we be
yeah.
uncomfortable in it together? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Because, I mean, the poems that I enjoy the most, and like like my favorite poets, they do make me feel that way, where it's like, it's beautiful, but also like in a deeply unsettling way, or there's like some sort of juxtaposition within the poem that it's maybe the
Yeah.
structure is really pleasing to the eye, or like the words that were used, like they sound really melodic and lovely
Yes.
together, but there's something about the imagery or the symbolism or just something about it that's like it's a little bit like it's like when you hear a lovely like whatever, like a piano, whatever, and there's like one note that's off,
Mm.
but it kind of makes you it like reframes the beauty of the rest of the piece in a
Yeah.
way where it's like there's something a little bit like you know.
Right, where it's like if
It
you saw
invites
someone that
it like
was
a reflection on it, I think. That sort of
yeah.
discomfort.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like like if you see someone who's really beautiful, but it's making me think of is it Amy Lou Wood? Is that her name? Who was in the most recent season of White Lotus and Sex Education, and she's gorgeous, and she has a pretty big gap in her front teeth, and there's a lot of discourse online, which this is a whole other thing, but around like attractive versus unattractive actresses and all of that good stuff. But I'm like, there's something to me about her being such a beautiful person, like just purely visually. I think because I don't know her personally, she seems like a good person, but I don't know.
I don't know what she looks like.
But having
What's her name?
like Amy Lou Wood, but her having like this gap in her teeth that's like traditionally not an attractive feature that actually makes her so much more interesting looking to me, that I think is really beautiful, right? That it's like,
Yeah, it's like Wabi
I
Sabi.
think, yes, yes, exactly. But as we were sitting here talking, I'm like, actually, the feeling that I want to create when people read my poem is the feeling right after you get done throwing up and you're in the grace period. That it's
Oh,
like, I feel so much better now that it's over.
interesting.
Because you know how as soon as you throw up, you get that sense of relief?
You're like, thank
That's what I
God.
want to create.
Wow, that's okay. I feel like mine's the opposite. I feel
That's
like
so funny. Like
because
right before you throw up?
yeah, because like I don't know, I feel like the goal for me of writing poetry and philosophy is not only to better understand my own thoughts and sort of to document my like progress and changing opinions over time as a thinker, but also as a way to sort of, for lack of a better phrase, to invite the reader to partake in the existential crisis that I'm
Yeah, yeah,
describing.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like as a way of facilitating a different frame of mind or a different way of thinking. Like there have been plenty of poems like Holderlin, for example, or Borges as well, where they are very dense poems. And some philosophy works as well, where you read them, you're like, I don't really know what they're talking about, but I have this feeling that I'm on the verge of like an
Yeah.
epiphany. And
I'm about to
it's
like tip over.
yeah, it's an uncomfortable feeling, but it's also like the
Yeah.
anticipation of and the frustration of feeling like I there's something there, but I can't put it into words, and the poet is
Yes.
grappling with trying to put it into words, and I am
You know what it
also
makes me
I'm in
think
that
of?
grapple right now.
It's it's
Yeah.
like when you're watching like on old TVs when there were the like little blocks of
Yeah.
color that would like bounce and hit the walls on TVs or
Oh,
computer
and you want
screens.
it to
It's
go
like
in
the
the
same
corner
screen.
perfectly?
You want it to go in the corner perfectly, and you're like, go to the corner,
It
and it
never
looks like
does.
it's going, and it
It
looks like
never
it's going,
does.
and then it like just misses
Yep.
it. It's like that feeling where it's like, go in the corner, go in the corner, go.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Damn
it's
it.
like that, where it's
Yeah.
like, I'm so close to it being right in the corner.
Yeah. It's like a tip of the tongue sort of
Yeah,
phenomenon, but with a
totally.
thought. With like not even the
Yes.
thought itself is fully like has fully come into the clearing, you know.
Yeah.
Much less am I able to put it into words, you know, but you can tell like the poet has started the process or the attempt to put that into words. And
Yes.
And it's like, okay, well now you've burdened me with this responsibility in a way.
Thanks.
And then not all poems, like some are the more silly ones and some are
Yeah.
more like descriptive, like painting a sort of picture. But I feel like that's like the goal for me of poems, is sort of to accomplish what my favorite poems have accomplished for me, which is like to put me in this headspace of like an uncomfortable sort of contemplation.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that. I think I agree with you that in what I'm really like gathering from both of our explanations, it's very much this like, I want to evoke something in the reader that we can experience together. It's like, feel this with me. Yeah.